numa dua natkina me wose al matagani kuwa me ndola vitiko kina nanonda me ndambe brabu vale matentu brabu nua wolutu ena matagavina kan kuwa numa na maviu ne kena wasendua ena tikina ngai rusong bulu maviu wasendua na tikina ngai rusong bulu kina tikina rusong bulu karua kuna na bolo tambu ini sana numa tiko kokoen kaungo sanga into nanilo sini turanga arai mai buaya na tandra kakaya ituseva na luve te vita ka kwani rere kauta veira veiko na watimu kumeri ani satumbu mai buana yalo tambu kana kune taka yana bo suduma kokoya into ngone tengani moboya dani koya ko chisu ni sai koenga ena bongambulaira na nona tomata mai na non rival valva aya ke ngongo me boya dorikina na bosa ni turanga waya sa kuna na paruvita kakaya nanu manarara man na bosa na kalou ni na bakalo ngata na kalou na na bosa usawili ke wikenda ena mataka vina kankwa vidana na tikina na numa na mataka ni kuwa mendola vichukina na nonda maitiko ni kana ngaravi choni tavi sinotolu satu emtanda na veivo ambula ye taudoko ya na buku i Kristo gori na ultanga kona numa na mataka ni kuwa na veivo ambula ye taudoko ya na buku i Kristo kona numa mesimati na baka sama ni dagadala ni veivo ambula e taudoko ya na buku i Kristo ka ubana numa lesu kana dambe na lotu e na tini ka walu tolu sama bulu kalima ka dambe na lotu e na nonda benua beba dambe rikina na taudoko ni buku va Kristo ke na rarama ni bula va Kristo e na nonda benua ka na numa na baka sama mbimbi ka kotu kina o yabuta kina na itala nongo e na ke na dambe mai na lotu e na nonda benua kanda mara utakan kena isulu ni lotu karabo sulu mamai na tamata ni klou adambe mai tonga mata ni singa me dambe ti mai lo benua biti kabo sulu mi mai na kena sala ba benua ka dirumi kina na ichicho ba turanga timbou me badambe tegi kina na rarama ni bosa ni klou me rawati kina na vivo mbulai e taudoko ene Kristo adambe ti kina na benua ena kena sala ba benua kamaro ikina na kena mai watete na kospeli ni tutu vinaka di bebo ambulai Yesu Kristo kena ikarua kena dambeti mai na lotu kena dambe mai na buli mera mai tuberi kabagarara mataki oira na nondangasi dai kau ni lotu ni berna kospeli mera tumberi mera bogabulidi ena bosa mera bogabulidi na wili bola mera bogabulidi talena kena maimbuli no bosa kambimbi na baka sama na matangani kuwa na beibu ngambula ye taudoko na buki Kristo kena badamberi mai na rarama na nonda benua badamberi mai na buli mera mai tumberi ko rarama taki na nonda ngasi ka badamberi mai na tutu ni beibu ngambula ye taudoko sai ko na kospeli tutu ngane turango Yesu Kristo ena dalaka ni beibu ngambula kuni nirsa dambe na tamata ni kalau mai tumbou era sa mai kerea ni otinga e tolu ni singa sa teke buna buli mersa bo buli dio irna nondangasi ena wili bola ena nonda vaka sama merarama atega budi na rarama oti bidu ni singa atega bu me salutu ni kospeli ni dadaka ni beibo mbula ye taudoko ena buku Kristo kuni ni saoso nirsa sokalo daya babala na yalandra menindagi nimbula makawa itobo nimbula makawa karambula kina oira na nondangasi ko bobina bina taka na matagani kuwa ken mai bona numitiko ne singa indindai merani radambe na nonda benua so na turanga buku so na turanga nganga ko na numakina na baka samani lesoni en matagani kuwa na dada ni vivo taudo taki ena buku Kristo na dada ni vivo ambulai e taudoko ena buku Kristo ni soiko ena rarama tikina o ira na nonda ngasi vararama taki ena buli vararama taki ena vaka sama vararama taki merrawata le kaukawa ken marro ina nonda banua ken kautumata Kana vandina dinataka ninda mai wana numatiko. Ena singa indai na nonra mbula yanga bulanganga. Oira na nondangasi. Na veva mbula ye taudoko. Ena buku Kristo. Ni zadambe mai na lotu. Adambe mai vata kene itovo kene ivalvala. Kana numa ina mataka binanga ni kuai vidalka. De wana numi kende kina. So ikoy na veva mbula ye taudoko ena buku Kristo. Kena maru ina itovo. Kena maru ina nonda ivalvala. Kena nonda maru ina ivalvala nonda mbula. So ikoy na isulu ni lotu manda. Kena vada mberi mai na nonda benua. Dhuruma mai na chocho baturangan walebu tonga. Adhuru talanga mai na chocho baturangan walebu. Wana tina yau kai sulu ni lotu. Na vororo kon vinda kai. Kena maru ina benua. Maru ina kena visimati. Maru ina kena vivikani. Adhuru kina na tutuku. Tawoko ni vivombulai. Chisu Kristo. Na numa ina matangani kuwa. Takambimbi. Ena nanda maru ina vivombulai. Tawoko na buku Kristo. Na nanda maroya, na nanda itobo, na nanda maroya, na vika ekoto na jala nanda benua, katukuni ni rabuli chiwa ira nanda ngase, kena dhambe mena lotu, rabuli na lama ni rarabe, bali ni lotu na, merendame na sarabe na vika ambula, semati na jala benua, karwan dira tikin, tudo ni biba ambulai, kay Chisu Kristo, raida na mraki, raida na benua, raida na vikambula, me vosa mai, me vota kilana, rada na vibambulai, e taudoko, e na vuku Kristo, kena ikarua, kena numa na matangani kuwa, sa kambimbi, na vedaka, ni rada na vibambulai, e taudoko, e na vuku Kristo, nanda maro e na buli, kena la vitila ke na buli, na numa na kambaleta, na ituranga na numi na singan kuwa, na non rabuli, na vikor ni buli era duruma, karabara tikina kambaleta talangana na mbula na turango kilai talangana kena semati babanua ena visa na kelenga na yadana na yadani nona wanga na banua suskina e semati kina na vika mbaleta nana banua me ba taudo tagitiko kina na rai ni bibo mbula ye Kristo wan dina talanga na mbula ni turanga kanda wana numatiko ena singa ni kuwa Ratu Sukuna na nona isema babanua ena nona vivikani taudoko sarabi kina vada ni viva mbula in klo sarabi talanga ena buli era buli minaka karani bodemberi kina na vinga una binaka membaleta na nonda banua kana numa chukina na matangani kuwa na viva mbula ye taudoko ena buku Kristo kana numa matangana kuwa ndola chukina na nonda lotu sikwe kama yao na mtu mayao ni nonda mbula sekaya nonda sema kenda wabinaka ena banua mtiokina sema na nonda bibikani sema na bibikambula sema na buruburu raramba sema na kenda bingirami na vema mbula ya taudoko ena buku Kristo sema tena kenda raramba na mbula wakasama na nonda barara matagitiwa na mbenda ena nonda nikuwa vikambole ena vikanende saduruma tarara nonda banua saya na vikimbeli mena sangosi buli lama nonda bubali lama nikoni buli ena biasa nibula raramba na lama nilotu na dhara vikimbeli waratikina nonda mbula kena nonda wakasama kuna lesho yesinga nikuwa na madhiu waserusa bulu vaya nikoya Chisu seikoya mkoda na nonda ivalula na kaivarura na dhara ni vishiringa na vibambulai mega kina na mbula na lama imani turara Chisu Kristo me sarari na mbula lama ni nonda mbula ya dua sarari na mbula lama ni nonda bubali enda bula minaka na lele bubali mera bula minaka seikoya na dhara ni vibambula ya taudoko Chisu Kristo memkoda na ivalula mendarawata na mbula membula binaka na nonda bubali bula binaka na biyosa ni mbula kedenga enda mbula kina sarabi na mbula de bingarabi me varoro wategitiko kina na klo sai koyangon bukoda na nonda ivalvala mendarawata na mbula leka nga na mbula sana kadibi na nonda mbula rauni ndabona numi na vikayanga Meva kana singa indai. And the bona numachiwa na nonram bula lebu na tura nga. Era sambale oti na nonda benua. Oira ra kauta mai na lotu. Oira ra kauta mai na buli. Oira ra boda mbera na nonda mata ni tu. Sarabana numi. Ena vi kayanga era sada uoti kina. Ena nonda benua. Nira sai bure ni bula oti. Ena dada ni vingaravi. Kanda bana numatiko ni singa indai. Kau na numa. Na uto ni tukutuku binaka. Na mata binaka ni kuwa. Na veivu ambulai e taudoko. Ena buku i Karisto. Men bula kina nonda vivikani. Bula kina na dada ni vingaravi raramba. Sarabi na mbula. Nonda mbula kena nonda bubali. Sarabi na mbula bibatora dale taki. Valuti na mbula nrabua. Na mbula sautu. Valuti na mbula tawimate. Valuti na wainganga ni bibi kama tentaki. Valuti na dada ni muto. Tukuna na ibolo tambu. Vaya dhani koyo chisu. Say koyongo. Nambo kodha na nonda ibalbalda. Na kai bora. Kalau ngata na mbula na bora. Kalau ngata na vingarabi ni dhaba na mbula. Na mbula tamundu. Tukuna na ibolo tambu. Sandila na kai vidanga. Au salesiko madhuru. Kina marau. Ni nonda turanga. Na yadha ni kalau na tumana. Lubena kina yalo tambu. Rarama ni nona bosa. Sa telebi kenda na matangani kuwa. Kau nitaka. Ni na ba kalau ngata na kalau. Na itabi singa tolu. Na lawa di rumah. Na kena ba na nandu. Dalabi tiko kina na rarama ni bosa ni kalau na matangani kuwa. Ni na ba kalau ngata ikenda na kalau. Na bibi kambulai ya taudoko. Na buku i Karisto. Angole buwana kalau na masu. Adhubu na nomu ni serau. Na babi na binaka na marau na matangani kuwa. Atalabi ki mami oti na nomu ni bosa na kalau. Mami bambauta sa dhambe oti na nomu ni lotu. Na ni mami benua. Wasulu me na kena isulu. Kau tamai na rarama ni buli. Serabi na vikambula kena itabi. Oni kadibi ki mami kina lama ni benua biti. Na ngau na ndindai. Winabalebu na kalau na rarama ni singa ni kuwa. Mera saraba na lubi ki mami. Na dhada ni bibi kambulai ya nomu ni na Karisto. Adhambi na kena mata ni singa ni kuwa. Mendalabi kina na dhada ni bingarabi. Mara na nomu ni bosa talai na kalau. Mara na itabi ni bingarabi na lomu ni tolu ni singa. Mara na nomu ni tumata. Dhangubira na kau agena nganga. Garabi na itabi boya dhori rokobi. Ndokai na lomamu ni. Gona ni mami masu sabo abina binataki na nomu ni bosa. Yadha ichisu na ne mami turanga. Ne mami bambula dina anduandwanga. Meni chisu. Amen.
Nawalebu Taltala, we thank Reverend for the wonderful sermon this morning. Once again, we extend a warm welcome to all our students and teachers who are here with us this morning. Not forgetting our government departments that are currently here for the 4 days event. My honorable task this morning is to introduce our chief guest. Our chief guest this morning, we have accepted the invitation to be with us in our second day of celebrating Ratu Sukuna Day. To students who are here with us this morning, the North is always a special place. The theme for this year's event is celebrating visionary leadership in the North. When we say the North is always special, something special about the North is that the campus always points north. Bible scholars, they regarded the North as eternal and something permanent. And for us to always have a sense of direction, we always have to look north. So it's wonderful to be here in Labasa this morning. My honorable task is to introduce our chief guest. Our chief guest is none other than a prominent figure in the northern part of Fiji. So our chief guest this morning is Ratu Ilisaniti, Malodali, Sonenge, and he is currently the Turanga Nadogo. Mr. Sonenge is a well-known figure in his capacity as the Turanga Nadogo, serving his people with a deep love of the Vanua, Lotu, and Matentu. He has spearheaded a lot of conversations and activities regarding conservation activities, not only in the district of Nadogo, but also in the province of Maduata, in Fiji, and globally. In his education career, Ratu Ilisaniti attended Namuka District School before he later joined Nadogo Secondary School at that time. In terms of his work experience, Ratu Ilisaniti have worked in the Department of Forestry from the year 1980 to 1985. He has worked in Fijian Affairs, now known as Itoke Affairs Board, from 1989 to 1994. From 1994 to 2016, he has worked in the Fiji Revenue and Customs and Authority as a public relation and joint card officer. He has also served in various boards, making key critical decisions not only for Itoke, but also to our beloved other races that we are living together in Fiji. He was a board member for Itoke Affairs Board from 2016 to 2023, and is currently a member of the Itoke Appeals Tribunal, starting from 2017 to date. Our chief guest this morning have also hobbies and interests. So children, it's interesting to know his hobbies and his interests. He might come around to your school one day. So some of his interests are fishing, socializing with members of the communities, and engaging in constructive discussions for the betterment of our country. So that brings us to the introduction of our chief guest this morning. Before we ask our chief guest to come up and say a few words regarding the theme for this year and regarding the celebration, we'll ask the ladies from Itoke Affairs Board if they can gallant our chief guest before he comes up this morning. Let's give a round of applause and we welcome our chief guest for his keynote address this morning.
Excellency, invited guests, honorable ministers, assistant ministers, government officials, civil association organization, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning, warm greetings. Assalamualaikum, kam namauri, kia ora, ni sambula vinaka, me sambula re, and me sambula sia. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge the Lord Almighty for his wonderful gift of life that has enabled us a custodian of the land of our beautiful Fiji to exceed to be present here today. I would also like to acknowledge the Vanua of Labasa as the traditional custodian of the land which we gather today. I pay my respect to their elders, past and present. And I honor their deep connection to their land, its water, culture, and traditional, and their presence, Tenbilji. Your extents bring good fortune, and rooted deep meaning among us all. With much gratitude and appreciation, I am delighted and honored to be invited among the many individuals here this morning to be part of the celebration to commemorate the life and legacy of the late Ratu Sukuna Lalambalabu Wanaya Iliskuna. The year theme, celebrating visionary leadership in the North. If I may ask, what is a visionary leadership, or what does visionary leadership look like? For us in the North, what is Fiji expecting from us after celebrating? Today, I will invite you to walk along with me in the contextualizing this year's theme, celebrating visionary leadership in the North. Ratu Sukuna is known in Fiji visionary leader because he possesses a long-term vision for Fiji future, prioritizing unity, cultural preservation, and the welfare of his people. As a young chief, he started his education at Nawairuku Village School in Ra, in the province of Ra, multicultural school, before moving to Wanganui College in New Zealand, and then graduating to the Oxford University. His education achievement was best described by Professor Tuba at the FNU public lecture on Ratu Sukuna Day last year, where he stated, and I quote, Ratu Sukuna was an interdisciplinary thinker. He was not limited in terms of his idea to be particular discipline. He was a master even as in early 1920s, and a right in economic, social, anthropology, sociology, criminology, history, and law. While discussing this visionary leader today, I wish to challenge each and everyone here today and also future of the North. We need visionary leaders of Honolulu, and not forgetting our beloved Fiji. We need students who can excel in education and think outside the box for the betterment of Honolulu. We need students who can challenge the stated code and create the innovating system to maximize our economic growth without compromising the natural resource culture. As we celebrate along this week to honoring a visionary, the late Turangatalai Sambale, Ratu Sukuna, it is clear that his legacy is enveloped in a myth, story, extensive knowledge. Today, I wish to highlight 3 key points that are crucial in the digital era. Ratu Sukuna was epitomized as a man of 2 worlds, a testament to his ability to promote his identity and indigenous leader while seamlessly integrating into the British world during the colonial era. He embraced both his indigenous heritage and the British culture. I hope rhetorical question to you. I pose a rhetorical question to you. Is this flexibility and adaptability still relevant today? Herang mutua rurua ena burubura babalangi kena nonda burubura bai tauke. Ratu Sukuna waiwei nikua. Sayang tunga na rayoya. I will leave this question for you contemplation. In today's education sphere, it is observed the student at the primary school, secondary, tertiary level, and focus on the educational system, often negating their traditional identity as a future leader, vision what your future, your family, your community, your village, and your Fiji will look like. It is imperative to strike a balance between modern education and preserving your indigenous identity. We need future leaders integrate modern education while maintaining the indigenous identity. It is only for the parents. It is not only for the parents. We need to join together, join hands, and to put our strength and focus on their upbringings. Secondly, Ratu Sukuna, the late 1800s, early 1900s, was recognized as the first indigenous Fijian and achieved academic excellence while maintaining his indigenous culture. The integration is still evidenced today in the use of Sulu Wakatanga or pocket Sulu as a formal attire in Fiji. And as attire that was introduced by Ratu Sukuna himself, substituted while tapa clothes in the past age. We should ask ourselves today, how can culture and education enhance social and cultural chosen in Fiji? E dabu sau e na buturara wabuli na turanga talai sambale. Kandi talanga vira na maroroi ni vika and aba marangeta na itauke. As custodian of culture, you should always remember that every act and word you illustrate a clear indication of a social background of your family, your community, your village, and not forgetting your Fiji. We need future leader who can lead by demonstrating true value and culture in the new digital world that we are now living in. Thirdly, while we are still celebrating this year theme, I would like to encourage us all to always push ourselves, finding an alternative when things got stuck on our way. Look for chance to prove your worth. You are the best gift the Lord Almighty has ever given to you, to your family, your community, and your Fiji could ever have. Never look down on you and never fail to try. Who knows? You may fail in your first attempt. You may fail twice, but keep on trying until you achieve your goals. In history, Ratu Sukuna was awarded the Croix de Guerre, commonly known as the War Cross, a highly French military decoration. Even though it was not easy path for him, despite being unsuccessful to join the British Army due to his skin and color. He managed to join the French Foreign during the World War I in 1914. In his belief, Fiji will not be recognized worldwide if he never committed this war. This is why he wants to represent the country in the war. How can we inspire, cultivate such a valor in today's youth in the battle against subsistence abuse, domestic violence, and climate change? Rawata na idobi na kuroidere ni balu may baranse. And the susungi vadaba na yalo tangane vira na itambangone ni kuwa. E na buong ni kena baluti na rabun rabua na wainganga ni beba matintaki na itobo kaukaua kinanrakivisau. To conclude, while celebrating the history and legacy of the late Ratu Sukuna, we must always allow ourselves to take what best in the commemoration. We must ask ourselves, what can we do or can be done to promote visionary leadership within before yelling outside? As demonstrated by the late Ratu Selala, never forget the roots. With those remarks, I wish the best in this week's celebration in commemoration of the late Ratu Selala, Lalambalabu Vanayala Sukuna, and may the good Lord bless us all in our value.
We thank our chief guest this morning for the wonderful remarks that have been shared with us this morning. We can rangon yang taparong sa katukan na mata kadikua. Napaninui sa katukod ni nda sana rongoda sa katiko na itukutuku sa rongo sa katuko bikenda. Rabi bandite sa katsikina na turangan na nanda bulang indokay na mata kanising binakanikua na turangan sa kanatuin nandong. I picked up a few points when our chief guest is sharing his remarks this morning. The last one was the most favorite one, which he mentioned, or do not forget where you started. So we're here this morning as students starting from the north. As I've already mentioned, people from the north always have fixed vision and goals. So always remember that, and remember the message shared with us this morning. We will never remember the north. We will never forget the north. So we will have a guiding star through the message that has been shared with our chief guest this morning. Turang sa kana ulang indokayan na bukunda sa kana bilutakin na bukunda sa kana turang na italay na minista sa kana bika ba ituki. Na bukunda sa kana bitadini baka bilutakin na lama sa kana no minita bata kata ituki. Sa kana ngwela dabi na nonra bola na turang na talay bibuke. Na boli ko sa kana nonda banua. Randambe sa kana turang na DPO. Randambe sa kana beka muni na turang na rokoti maduata. Ay tabi ndo kay sa kana me da but sa kana baka binibina ka beki muni na mata kani kuwa. Nangoni salam balawo ni muria sa kana mai. Nano muni na numa sa kana mai na nondo tu songo. Nan kena baka numi sa kana nondra ambula na turang na talay sa ambale. Kimsa na numa meki mami da buta na ni mami baka binibina ka beki muni. Pinasa bali po na ilo baka turanga. No munichuko sa kana mata kani kuwa bi baka dita gi sa kana beki mami. Tahu sa kana ichuko baka turanga. Rarai sa kana ngone ra baka tamani sa kana baka banua. Kena ituku-tuku sa rongo sa kana sigini kuwa. Sa para baka tamani talangay kina na buku ni tuku-tuku. Menon reko ko lusa kana non rasay lusa kana lomay non rabi balbal. Bidi sa kana po sa tabutsa na mata kani kuwa singin balabu. Sa pa sa kana kinalib. To our students this morning, before our chief guest recedes to the VIP lounge this morning, I would like to go through our program for today. Our program today, we have covered the first part of our program. After this, we'll have entertainment groups while we wait for oratory, our poster contest, and our Ngito Bhagaviti competition. To all live viewers that are sharing the live feed with us this morning, we welcome you to Subrail Park in Labasa. We thank you for being part of the program, and we hope that whatever we can bring you over through our live feed this morning up to the afternoon, you'll be able to celebrate this year's event of Ratu Sukuna Day. As I've already mentioned, the North is always a special place. So this year's theme is celebrating visionary leadership in the North. We can rangon and imberan in the tigabuchu kana nanda program na matakan kuwa to our students. I would like to share a story, just a short one, regarding a star. It's known as the North Star. There's something special about this star, so I'd like to to share it with us before we proceed with the program. The North Star is known as the hub of wheel above the earth. It is a star that does not rise and it does not set as well. So whenever our sailors go through unfamiliar territory, they always look for the North Star. So we are lucky to have you with us this morning, and we hope that celebrating Ratu Sukuna Day 2025 in the northern part of Fiji will always be a guiding star as we proceed into the future. With sa kanang malay ni po siya, sa pagkano ni sa katsiko ni tanang maruta ka sa katsiko na kaya napakatabari, na kaya natin kabutagi sa katsiko na prokarome na matakan ni kuwa, may tapos sa kanay kaip.
Most of this exhibition focuses on the work and his achievement so far. So going through the exhibition, it highlights some of the important speeches that he had made while serving as a statesman, and also focuses on his achievement as a soldier, and also focusing on the development that has taken place before independence. If you look at the exhibition, it focuses on his ideas on the development, the political development, the national development, and also looking at how the Itoki, their contribution towards the development of the country. At the time, it was during the colonial era, and also at the time there was the different races that have called Fiji their home, and he was trying to stress or impose to the government to look at the different races that are here in Fiji, focuses on land development and also on education. That was this is part of what we have brought over to the north, ensuring that our young people and the people of Fiji understand the work that he has done so far. We're also looking at the timeline since him joining from his educational the time that he was educated, primary, and then up until when he joined the government, and also the work that he has been doing until his demise. So those are the focus of the exhibition, and also we also have highlighted, as I mentioned, a focus on education and also his work as a speaker and his views on how the Fijian can, be part of the development that is taking place at the time. And much of the focus of the exhibition is also on the land. I think one of his comments in Parliament was for the government to look for idle lands that are lying there, and also to for the government to use those land for development, and it will bring improve the financial status of the indigenous people. So those are some of the focus that we have highlighted in this exhibition for this week. And this week we will be going down to the two other different divisions, the Konrowe and Mbua. We will be hosted in two of the schools, where we'll be talking to the students on the highlights of Ratu Sukuna, his work, in ensuring that we are able to prosper. I mean, looking at the land and how education, how can we improve the livelihood of the people of Fiji through education, from the aspect of education. For us, at the archives, our role is to ensure that those important records are protected, and we ensure that it's also our young people, the future generation, can access. That's why we are here today. These are records from the 1940s, 1950s, 1930s, and it can be accessed through the National Archives. So there are a lot of information, very important information, quotes from these statesmen that can be accessed through the National Archives, and it's a information that are inspiring, can inspire the young people into looking at the future. How can we more develop our resources? How can we work together with the different races that we have that are in Fiji right now? So this week, as we will be here in the north, you can come down to Subrail Park or visit one of the schools that will be hosting the National Archives, from the Tonrove, Nasinu District School, and Lekutu in Bua, and at the Subrail Park here in Labasa.